So then let's focus in on the Wekiva River Parkway project. And so start off by telling us what it is and what is the status of it.
Well, the Wekiva River Project is the extension of the Beltway on the northwest corner of Orlando area. It runs from I-4 to the west and south and hooks up with the termination at 429 by 441. This project was originally proposed back in 1989 and has changed in size and dimensions and alignment since then. And the project is it's one of the it's the largest project that we're seeing in an expressway in a long time. It's approximately $1.9 billion total. Of that, about $500 million for right-of-way. And they're proposing to acquire various parcels of real estate, both in fee simple and easement, from 450 to 500 landowners.
And so we've been talking about it since 1989. It's been more in the news more recently. Do you go to meetings that are happening regarding this Wekiva River Parkway project? And do you have, as of right today, what do you think the status of it is, or the likelihood it's going to be built?
I think it's going to be built. There's still some dispute between, or not dispute, but some working out the details between the expressway and the turnpike and the DOT. What they're doing is that the expressway authority is not going to build the project entirely by itself. It's a very large project. I think it would encumber the expressway too much. And also, there's elements of that should be built by the turnpike and parts built by the DOT. And so they're working out the details of the agreement. Unfortunately, this agreement's been working out since August. There was supposed to be a public hearing this past week on the 27th of October, and that's been moved back to the mid part of November. So hopefully by the next couple of weeks, they'll have an agreement in place, and they can go out to start funding the acquisition. Because I know quite a few of my clients have called me up. I have quite a few on the project already, and they've indicated to me, they said they wish they would get going with it because it just puts them under just some kind of a veil of condemnation, and people are getting frustrated by that. Now, I know recently, as of last week, they started surveying the center line through some folks' property, and I went to one of my clients' property on Thursday, and they surveyed a center line indicating where the road would go through their property.
Just because I'm personally curious, part of the issue with the Wekiva River Parkway is it goes through some very environmentally sensitive land, and for a while it parallels Highway 46 that goes out of Sanford, right?
Yes, it does.
And at the end of the day, does Highway 46 go away? Am I hearing that they're going to build the parkway on top of 46? How is that going to go down?
Well, what they're doing is they're going to extend when you get to 46 in Seminole County, at the point where it intersects with 46. 46 will become like a frontage road system similar to what you see on State Road 408 in downtown Orlando. And then when you hit the bridge, it'll go over to one side of the other, the 46 will, and then at some point it will depart, and they're going to reconstruct parts of 46 all the way to Sorrento. And at that point, then 46 will divert from the expressway at Sorrento and go on its way west to Sorrento. And but they are reconstructing 46 in that area.
And so is there a map or a drawing right now in place that it is, hopefully it's a public record, that anybody could go look at and say, my piece of property falls within this or does not fall within what they might be taking?
Yes, my office does have the latest map that shows both the realignment of 46 and also the Beltway, and it's available at my office. And number to call us is 407-426-9141.
And so how many property owners, both commercial and residential, are going to be affected by the Wekiva River Parkway?
Well, they're saying 450 to 500.
All right. And by the way, I want to mention, too, you told me as part of the budget of building this parkway, they have designated a sum of money that will be used to buy these properties as part of the eminent domain process.
Yes, there's a budget set aside, and they've estimated approximately $500 million.
And just you as an attorney who does this on a day-to-day basis, do you look at that number and say, hey, that's realistic, or can you look at that number and say, man, that's no way. It's going to be a lot more than that?
Well, I've looked at it, and I think it's a realistic budget, both to cover the cost both of the landowner as well as the expressway authority.
All right, folks. Hey, my guest today is Tom Callan. He is with the eminent domain law firm, and we are focusing on eminent domain, the government taking of businesses and homes and commercial property to build roads and other projects. Today we're focusing on the Wekiva River Parkway project.